If you haven't had opportunity to watch Daredevil Season 2, Episode 2, Dogs to a Gunfight, stop listening now, major spoilers, here we go. As Murdock recovers from an attack, Foggy and Karen fight to protect their clients from both the law and the kitchen's newest vigilante. Alright, another perfect episode, man. 10 out of 10 stars. I'm really loving what they're doing with this season, man. Once again, it's non-stop action in every single way. A lot of drama, a lot of suspense. What I really am kind of fascinated with episode 2 is how they are. How do you want to say it? Season 1, they touched a little bit on the senses of Daredevil, like how he hears, how he gets around. How do you want to say? I guess the experience of being, blind. Well, they have this one situation where at the end of the first episode, bang, the Punisher shoots Daredevil in the head, and that throws off his entire equilibrium. It throws all of his senses off. And there's this moment inside of episode 2 where he's now, obviously he's blind, but then all of a sudden he becomes deaf. And you can see how everything systematically changes. Like, if any of his senses go out, like, the Daredevil that we know is no longer Daredevil. He's just a regular guy. He's clumsy. He's not the superhero, And they showed that perfectly, man. What happened in this episode? This was literally like a hunt for the Punisher. This was the episode that gave us the Punisher's name. I'm not going to spoil how the Punisher got his name, but they tell you that in the episode. And in the way that they did it, once again, man, we're going for the grounded in reality approach. This is, the brand new, kind of old way of telling, superhero folklore and mythology and canon. But it's from, The Dark Knight Rises, the Christopher Nolan trilogy, from Man of Steel, from, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, Captain America First Avenger, etc. All those movies, all those franchises, have it like, grounded in reality, Iron Man, and that's what they did here. And it's so simplistic, it's so real, and I think that a lot of people that either weren't fans of the Punisher, they're going to be fascinated by this, because like they took it to like this CSI, SVU, NCIS, whatever, how do you want to say, cop show, Blue Bloods. That's what they took it to. They took it to that sort of level, and really well thought out, man. I would not. It probably took me a few years to come up with something like that. All right, to have that delivery of the Punisher given in that way, man. I loved it. Absolutely loved it, man. You have this setup where they have one of the Irish guys that's left over from episode 1. They're using him as bait. The Punisher, he falls for the bait, or so the police think that he fell for the bait. But in actuality, he was setting up the police the entire time, because he's always, 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 steps ahead of everyone. And the only one that he wasn't ahead of was actually Daredevil, man. I guess he thought that he had killed Daredevil, so he wasn't worried about him. And then all of a sudden, he's on top of this water tower, and he has his sights set on the Irish dude, and then he's about to pull the trigger, and then all of a sudden, this smoke bomb comes out of nowhere, and then the Punisher looks down at it, and once again, it's right out of the comic books, man. You're thinking to yourself, like, you're flipping through reading, man, and he's like, oh shit, and then out of nowhere, Daredevil comes up, man, does this kick, this 2-foot to the chest kick on Punisher, and he falls down, and after that, they start fighting on the rooftop. The police, season 1 finale, the police were kind of like on his side as far as, one cop knew he was good. And then throughout time, that we waited for season 2 to arrive, they know that Daredevil was a good guy. But the person that was calling or responsible or in charge of this mission, she wasn't feeling it, and she was just like open fire on both targets, you know what I'm saying? She didn't care. And long story short, the Punisher and Daredevil, they go through this glass, they topple through it, they fall on the ground, and then after that, they finally get up after they're hurt, injured, and they face off, and then all of a sudden they disappear. We don't know what happened to them. But now we're heading into episode number 3, which is called New York's Finest. And we'll find out, man. Once again, man, 10 out of 10 stars. Perfect editing, acting, directing, script, plot. I mean, you name it, man. This is fascinating stuff we got going on here, man. I'm so proud, man, of what Netflix is doing with this property, man. I knew season 2 was going to be great. I really did. I knew it just from, the symbolism with the Christianity and how they play that. It was really beautiful, man, how they're playing with, pop culture and everything. And just to see what they're doing, I still can't believe, man, they're going this strong and this hard. It's fascinating stuff, man. Happy to be a fan of the Punisher since day one. And just can't wait to see what happens, man. This is great stuff, man. Don't let anyone spoil it for you, man. We're out of here, guys. Let me know what you thought about episode 2, Dogs to a Gunfight. And are you currently watching season 2, or are you trying to catch up on season 1? Let me know. We're out of here.